Hello friends, welcome to Java Coding Skill. I am Aarti. In this series, we will learn about the complete HTML fundamental. At the end of this series, you will able to create a website using the HTML and JavaScript. Here I have some sample of that. We can create something like this. Today I am going to discuss about the HTML introduction. The following points I will cover in today's introduction, like why HTML, prerequisite, what is HTML, structure of HTML element, element attribute, nesting element, empty element, HTML file structure. Why HTML? So, first point, it is easy to learn. HTML is very simple and easy to learn. For to learn HTML, you don't require any background knowledge of the programming. Just basic computer knowledge is enough to learn. It is also given plus point to the new beginners. If you are new to the programming world, it is easy to enter into the programming world. Web is based on the HTML. HTML is the language of the web. So whatever the web page we are seeing, all are running using the HTML. Without HTML, it is not possible to run anything on the browser, whether it is the website, social media sites, shopping sites, any site, whatever the web page is running on the browser, that is possible because of HTML only. Mobile and desktop family. HTML code is compatible with all the devices like the mobile, desktop, tablet. Anything written in HTML will work on browser. HTML is case insensitive language. Means in HTML we can write code in camel case, lowercase, uppercase and combination of that. It will work in the browser. It didn't throw any error because of caching. Text based. HTML have the ability to format the text by using some property like the bold, strong. We can highlight the particular word or text into the browser. Quick code and compatible with all the browsers. We can write quickly code in the HTML and it is very easy and simple to write the code. Once we will write the code in the HTML, it will run in all the browsers like Firefox, Chrome, Safari, Opera, IE and all the browsers. What is the prerequisite we require to learn the HTML? First thing, we should have to passion to learn the HTML or any web technologies. You should know the basic computer knowledge. Notepad is the editor. You can use your choice of editor like the Visual Studio Code, Sublime, Notepad++. And you should know the how to create and save the file and folders and browser to run that HTML file. What is HTML? HTML hypertext markup language. It is the most basic building block of the web. It defines the meaning in the structure of the content. The other technology like the CSS is used for the appearance and the presentation, and JavaScript is used for the functional and behavior. So the combination of these three are generally used to describe a web page. The hypertext markup language. The hypertext means it refers to link that connect the web page to the another and either within the single web page website or among the website. HTML is a markup language. Markup is a set of tags. HTML uses the markups to annotate text, images and other content to display in a browser. HTML markups include the special elements such as the title, head tag, HTML tag. HTML consists of a series of elements. Element and tags in HTML are case insensitive. An HTML element is the set of the other text in which consists the element name surrounding by the open angle bracket and closing angle bracket. HTML element represent white text and browser do not display the HTML tag but use them to render the content of the web page. So whatever the code we are writing inside the angle bracket or in between the tag, the content only display in the browser. The text whatever we are using to display that content, it doesn't appear into the browser. The structure of the HTML element. In the structure, we have the opening tag, closing tag, contain, element. So we see through the figure whatever I am sharing with you. In this figure, we have a image. In that one, we are seeing there is an opening tag, closing tag, contain or element. So what is opening tag? Opening tag consists of the name of the element. Here I am using the H1 that is wrapped into the opening and closing bracket, and this is the state where the element start to take effect. In my case, H1 started taking effect at this point. Then closing tag. Closing tag is similar to the opening tag, just we include a forward slash before the element name. And here this is the state where the elements end. In this case, my heading tag or H1 tag will be ended here. Most of the people, what they are doing, they forget to closing the tag or element. So because of that, the result will be not coming appropriately what they want to see. Content. Content is nothing but the text whatever we are writing in middle of that tag, like opening tag and closing tag. Element when we combine all together like the opening tag, content and closing tag. The combination of or combining of all these three is called a element. Element attribute. Elements can also have some attribute that will look like the following. In this current image, I am showing the syntax. How can we add the attribute into the particular tag? But what do you mean by attribute? Attribute contains extra information about the element that don't appear in the actual context. Here, class is the attribute name and title is the attribute value. The class attribute is allowed to give you the element identifier that can be used later to target an element with style information or other things. By writing the attribute, there should be some method or we should follow some guideline, like after the tag name we should put some space, then only we can start with the class name or the attribute. Here if you are using the multiple attributes, then first attribute we have to write, then one space should be there, the second attribute we have to write. Here you are seeing first I am giving the attribute name, then the equal sign should be there always, then only we can go for the attribute value, and attribute value always will be wrapped with the quotation mark. Nesting element. You can put element inside the other element too, that is called the nesting element. If you want to add something highlighted in your paragraph or in your heading, in my case I have a paragraph. In that paragraph I want to highlight a word first, that will be I want it will look some into the bold or darker color. So for that use case I am using the nesting element. Here if you see, first I will write the p tag. So first of all what we need to do, we are starting with the p tag, then we have to close the particular p tag. Then now I want to highlight my word, first word. So for that we have to tag just before that first letter or first word, whatever the word you have to highlight, just before of that word we have to add the tag, and after that word we have to close the tag. So this is the nesting element. In this one most of the people they are not doing the properly opening and closing the text or elements, so it will not give the appropriate result into the browser. Suppose what the people are doing, sometimes they are opening the p tag, then they are writing the content, then they are writing the strong tag, then the element whatever or the text whatever we are writing, then they close the p tag first. They are not closing the strong tag. The strong tag they will close the last, so the order will be changed here. So once the order will change, the result is also got affected, and this is the case where most of the people are not able to identify what the issue is coming. empty element. Some element have no content that are called as empty element. In this case, I took an image tag that we already have in our HTML pages. The last I will show you. It contains two attributes. One is the src and one is the alt. And we don't have any closing tag here because HTML doesn't have any content to write here. So we have to display the image into the browser. Like the image tag, we have some other tag also, like the br tag, the hr tag, that we will discuss in upcoming videos. HTML file structure. Here I am showing the example of the file structure. How many element is the mandatory to create a HTML file. This is just a basic simple example for that. Now we will go to the individual element, what it is doing and how it will be the work. So doc type is the very first and the mandatory to write the doc type. When the HTML was developed in 1901, the doc type meant to act as a links to a set of rules that HTML page has to follow to be considered good HTML, which could mean automatic error checking and other useful things. However, these days they don't do much and are basically just need to make sure our document behave correctly. Now the HTML. In the HTML we have the opening tag and the closing tag. The HTML element is wrap all the content of the entire page, and this element we call as a root element, head element. In this element, it acts as a container for all the stuff that we want to include into the HTML page, but it doesn't contain you are showing anything onto the web page. It includes the things like we can give the metadata, title, keywords, description, and it is used the people to search in the or search engines. Now the meta tag. Meta tag is sets the characters set you to the document, so the UTF-8, which includes most characters of the majority of written language. Essentially, it can now handle any textual content you might be put on it. There is no reason not to set this, and it can help avoid some problem later on. Title element. The title element of the page will appear on the browser tab. So whatever we are writing on the title, it will display on the browser tab, and it is help to the people to, and it is also used to describe the page and whenever you are bookmark or favoriting it. The body tag. Body tag it contains all the content whatever we want to display into the browser. Whatever we are writing inside the body content, it will appear onto the web page. So whenever we are visiting our websites, we are seeing some content will be there. That content is written inside the body tag. Here I am using the h1 tag for the heading, p tag for some paragraph, and the image tag. Here is the output of my file. In the next video, I will show you how to create a HTML file and how can we run into the browser and headings in the HTML. So thank you for watching this video. If you really like this video, please do like, share and subscribe.